Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. I am your host, as always, Paisano. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We talk about rock and roll here. If you've been watching for a while and enjoy the content and not yet subscribed, please do. Make Paisano happy. I love subscribers and I love comments. Please keep them coming. Tonight, we're going to talk about my favorite thrash band, and that's Slayer, and their 1984 EP, Haunting the Chapel. This was an important stepping stone for the band Slayer. They had an LP previous to this. Show No Mercy was their debut, and it sold 40,000 copies for little tiny Metal Blade Records. And that was enough for them to, want to keep the ball rolling. And this was a little bit of a shift in style. Became like, Show No Mercy. They considered that to be kind of almost a standard rock and roll format, where this was really kind of a crossover, very hard to define between metal and punk and hardcore and whatever other term you want to use. But there's a 3-song EP, came out in 1984. I believe this is a second press from 1985. I bought it at Quincy Records in Quincy, Massachusetts. They had a much better heavy metal section than Strawberries down the South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Massachusetts. And it comes in at a whopping 13 minutes and 27 seconds, the 3 songs do. And going on our friend Wikipedia here, gave me a little insight into the recording process. I guess drummer Dave Lombardo had an awful time where they were recording at in Hollywood somewhere. Where the hell were they recording? I don't think it really says. It says recorded in Hollywood. Does it say on here? Track Records in L.A. And I guess the studio didn't have carpets, so the drumming proved a little difficult because the drum kit was going all over the place. I guess it makes sense to have carpet now, doesn't it? You drummers out there. I never realized how important carpet was in drumming, especially the way that Dave Lombardo drummed. He was definitely a groundbreaking drummer. Just one of my favorite drummers of all time. And he was having a hell of a time. He had to have the drum roadie hold his kit together, especially when recording Chemical Warfare, which is the first song in the EP. And this EP, as short as it was influential to a number of bands, number of 80s bands that were inspired by Slayer. This was, like I said, this was a step forward for the group. They were on their way to becoming legends, no doubt. And Chemical Warfare and Captor of Sin from this album were included in many, many set lists going forward. Slayer favorites, they were. Let's go over the track listing, however short it may be. Chemical Warfare takes up side 1, and on side 2, Captor of Sin, and the title track, Haunting the Chapel. Slayer, Tom Araya, Jeff Hanneman, Kerry King, and Dave Lombardo, the classic lineup. I had previously reviewed Rain and Blood earlier in the channel. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. But I tell the story of when we met Slayer at Strawberry Music in Framingham, Massachusetts, which is northwest of Braintree. And I told the story of how we met them, and unfortunately Dave Lombardo was not with them at the time. Paul Bostaff was handling the drum duties. Dave Lombardo came and went many times with the band. Excuse me. But it was nice to meet him too. With the rest of the guys. It's an unforgettable, freezing cold winter day. Let's take a look at the vinyl. This is while they were still on Metal Blade. They had not yet been signed to Elektra. Not Elektra. Def Jam. Def Jam put out Rain and Blood. There it is. Yep. Definitely a groundbreaking album. EP. Not a full play. But I've had this one forever. Bought it in 1985 or 86. I believe I bought it after Rain and Blood. Because I pretty much bought Rain and Blood because it had a sticker on it with a warning. And come to find out, I was buying greatness. You know, little did we know at the time the legends that they would become. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. What will Paisano dig up next week? Tune in. Find out. Thank you, and good night, YouTube.